Hi, I'm Sarah D. Welcome to my channel. How are you? I've been wonderful and I've been terrible. Yes, I have. I'm assuming since we're both human, you've experienced similar feelings or similar assessments of your life. Perhaps your day, perhaps an hour, perhaps just a few moments. I think in November I posted Being You. Sometimes when I get a song, I don't know where it's coming from. Being You came from a little sign I made, I don't know how long ago, that says, "There is no way out." I didn't bring the sign here, so anyway, it's just written on a 3x5 card. And when we moved to our new home last year, I found it in papers, and I thought, I need to put this up again because there is no way out. There is no way out from the struggle you are in. There's no way out of learning the lesson that is there for you to learn, that is there for me to learn. And it will keep presenting itself until I learn, until you learn. Whatever lesson you're putting off, I'm putting off. And so that's where the song started. And then I recorded a couple songs yesterday, and my husband and I had a really difficult day because I haven't moved through enough times or sufficiently some hurt feelings I have from decades ago that involved my husband and myself. And I'm not proud of my slow moving through. But as we were grappling with each other verbally and trying not to let emotions be the guide, at least not emotions of unkindness, letting them come out in an unkind way. But as we were doing that, he made a suggestion. I'm always learning about life and always looking for it because I have lots of learning to do. And one of the classes I've been taking, when you end your day, if you will put a line down the middle of a page and say, here's the pluses and here's the minuses, here's what I did well, here's what I didn't do well, and make sure you balance it out so that there are as many good things, plus things, positive things in your life that you can assess as positive as there are negative, or more positive, but no, not more negative. How do you do that if you really messed your day up? Well, you find anything that is positive. You noticed the sunshine. You yelled at your kids, or you yelled at your husband, or were frustrated and held on to something from the past, then you say, well, at least I didn't kill him. My kids are still alive, whatever. So you can go to the very extreme of something that you would probably never do and be grateful for that and have that as a plus, that you weren't as bad as you could have been. You were pretty stinky, but not that bad. So we'll take that as a plus. So that's a way that you can kind of balance your day out. And I've been practicing doing that a little bit. And with that, this song came up to me this morning. Actually, I sang it even last night after our discussion and after our hurt feelings and everything. And this song, it talks about what we were struggling with. I'm going to read you the words. There is no way out. There is only through. There is no quit. There is only do. Because you exist, in truth, there's no escape from being you. You may change your spots, you may make adjustments, but you're still you. No matter where you go, you're still you. And if you're having a problem that's following you around everywhere, it's still you. There's no way to change the past. Some of the people I listen to that counsel with others, some people will come to them and say, well, I'm not going to forgive him or I'm not going to forgive her until, I'm not going to forgive my parents until they are better parents in the past, till they don't do whatever it is they did. Okay, we all know that's ridiculous, and yet, I know that's ridiculous, and yet, I think of life sometimes like not a slip and slide, but a chutes and ladders game, where you climb up this ladder and you get to where you're on a good emotional keel and you're handling things well, and the world is so beautiful up there. And then one little thing goes, and you go, oh, and you slide down this ladder, and you're then in that emotional muck that you thought you'd taken care of. And perhaps you did, but maybe some emotional muck has to be taken care of more than once, more than twice, more than you name the number. If it's still there, it still needs to be taken care of over and over again. And the suggestion that my husband made at the end of our conversation, when we had exhausted a lot of feelings, was that if I would list a plus and a minus for the things that I appreciate and don't appreciate, or did appreciate and didn't appreciate about our relationship, that might help me feel less hurt about the negatives, because there are so many more positives. But what you focus on grows. That's it. Okay, so there's no escape from being you. There's no way to change the past, but you can choose the parts that last. And that's what that balancing thing can do. So that's kind of my suggestion actually it's not my suggestion. My husband reminded me that I had learned that in class I was taking, because I share with him the things I learn. And anyway, he shares them back. And that's kind of why, one of the reasons the social mirror is so important for us, because we can remind each other. We can remind each other of what we value and what has worked for us in the past. And we can remind each other of the good things about ourselves, or the bad. And reminding ourselves of the good is more empowering, for sure. Let bitter memories fade like sidewalk chalk in summer rain. The thing is, in summer rain, the sidewalk chalk does wash away, but it takes a while. Sometimes, if the rain doesn't last long enough, it takes longer, right? Learning comes from what's been done. Struggles met are overcome. Sometimes the struggles have deeper roots than we realize, and we have to just keep meeting them. We have to keep meeting them and realize that it is our issue. If we're being triggered by something somebody says or does, it's because of something we haven't addressed sufficiently. Fearful cowering is death to your dreams. Do your best. Do your best to see the beauty, not the pain. Learn the lesson, take the gain. And again, that's it, that plus and minus, and maybe a few more little columns in there to revisit, so the idea that I have is that I can visit that place instead of bring up to him what I feel terribly hurt about, that he has already apologized for many times, and I have felt good about it, but then somehow I get back in that not feeling good about it. So that's my challenge for myself. It's actually his challenge for me, but I take it. And if that might be useful for you, I'm sharing that with you, if that makes sense. Share your hope with those whose hope has flown. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm hopeful that as I exercise this process of writing the positive and the negative and the factual, what really happened as far as my memory can surmise, because my memory is our memories are not things we can necessarily trust, because they're always layered with lots of stuff. If you look into psychology of memory and the information that they have about it, it isn't really very reliable at all. No one ever is alone, and you'll never be alone if you do share. So those are the words to the song, and that's talking about it. And I think it's interesting to me that I get songs and I don't really necessarily know where they're going or what they're going to do. But then a few months later, because I wrote this in November of 2019, and now we're in February of 2020, or actually 2020, and now we're in February of 2021, and I think it's helpful for me. I hope it's helpful for you. There is no way out. There is only through. There is no quit. There is only do. Because you exist in truth. There's no escape from being you. There is no way to change the past, but you can choose the parts that last. Let the bitter memories fade like sidewalk chalk in summer rain. To see the beauty, not the pain. Learn the lesson, take the gain, and share your hope with those whose hope has flown. No one ever is alone. There is no way out. There is only through. There is no quit. There is only do. Because you exist in truth. There's no escape. There's no escape. However, there is an escape from being a miserable you. if that's where you go sometimes. We can always get out of that miserable place. And one of the ways we can do that is to look at the facts to the best of our ability of whatever situation is going on, dissect it, look for the positive and the negative, and focus on the positive, because what we focus on grows. I'm Sarah D. Happy Valentine's Day, and make it a great day.